So from your activity, you may remember the charges for sodium and chlorine as +1, -1. And you'll notice that the subscripts which aren't written are 1. So chemists are lazy. If it's a 1, we don't write it. When you did this one, you got Na2O, and for this one, you got Al2O3. So what you might be noticing is that they kind of switch. So the ones here, so we don't bring the charge down, but you bring down the number. So this is the crisscross method. Okay. Now, when we get to calcium and oxygen, the formula is actually CaO. So it's actually crisscross and reduce. So crisscross and reduce if you can. There's going to be some exceptions to this. But what you're really trying to do is to get your charges to equal 0. So what works 100% of the time is least common multiple. What you're really looking at here is the electrons lost have to equal the electrons gained. So if we look at calcium, if it's losing 2 electrons and this one's gaining 2 electrons, I just need a 1-to-1 ratio. Same thing up here. This one's losing 1, this one's gaining 1. So this is a 1-to-1 ratio. So you just get NaCl. Okay, here, least common multiple is going to be 2. So I need +2 and -2 to get to 0. So I need 2 times the +1 to get my +2 here. I need 2 times +3 to get 6. -6. So 3 and 2, least common multiple is 6. So 6 divided by -2 is going to give you 3. Again, these represent number of atoms. So remember from your electron dot diagrams, their number of atoms. So these can never be negative. You can never have a negative number. So if we do 2 methods with this one, so +4 and -4 or -2, the least common multiple is 4. So if this one's losing 4, this has to gain 4. Each sulfur can only gain 2, so I need 2 here. So 2 times -2 is -4. Or if I use my crisscross and reduce, I would do 2 to 4, but then I have to remember to divide out to get my PbS2. So again, this works 100% of the time. Okay, because of this law of conservation of matter, the electrons lost have to equal the electrons gained. This is your shortcut, that crisscross and reduce. It works most of the time, but there are some exceptions to it, so just be careful with that one. Okay, so that is how you write the formula from charges.